Hey guys, may the fold be with you. Um, Come May 10, Google is going to officially unveil and basically take the full wraps off their Pixel Fold. But for now, they gave us a little bit of a tidbit, which is an 8-second video to tell us, give us an insight of what the fold should expect to bring. And initially, I've looked at it and seen some couple. It's a pretty clean design, and I think it's gonna be. I, Honestly, right now, I don't really know what to think about it. But let's just quickly, take a look at the video, and in case you haven't seen it online, so guys, that's it. Short 8-second video. So for us to really see it in a pretty decent resolution, I'm gonna go to Google's own homepage where they have a page for the Pixel Fold. So the Pixel Fold is coming to a market that's pretty contested with some offerings from Huawei, several other manufacturers, Motorola, I believe, and of course Samsung. With its Flip 4, Flip 5 is expected to come out pretty soon, and Fold 5 is expected to come out pretty soon. So some Google is bringing in their own Pixel Fold to try and edge out the market for them by themselves. Personally, for me, I still think the Fold is still a niche device because you're still paying what I call like a tax, because it's not actually a fully fledged device yet. Like the Google Fold, I keep calling them Pixel Fold. The Google Folds are more expensive than the Ultra, which has the best camera. Basically, it's everything Samsung can do best on a smartphone, and the Fold still costs more than they cost. So you are paying more for the technology, and they actually have worse cameras. Like the Google Folds have never had the same camera quality compared to the Ultra of that particular year's edition. Sorry. So guys, let's get into this Pixel Fold and let's see, and let's just break down this design on this 8-second video. Let's see what we can make out of it. Initially, you can see the design is still very reminiscent of a Fold. The very unique camera hump. It looks like it folds flat, unlike the Galaxy Z Fold 4, which closes and leaves a little bit of an space in between where dust and grime or whatever can still get into your display. Like if we go to the GSM Arena page, where you can see how well the Galaxy Fold 4 closes, you can see there's still a space here so most people, some of the rumors actually say that the Z Fold 5 will address that problem. As you can see, the Pixel Fold is not going to have such problem. So let's move on to, and it's pretty clean design. I think it's a glass back and aluminum, which is expected. As you can see, it's definitely close to flat. As you can see, the angle here is very, the angle will definitely give you a good idea that it folds flat. Okay. Now coming into the display, this is where the display for me kind of like takes us back a bit. The bezel is much larger than what you get in a Galaxy Fold 4, and I believe the reason is because of this main camera you have here. No, not that. Zoom in. This main camera you have here, and also there's a hinge mechanism here, which takes out, I think, a lot of this front bezel space. Maybe Pixel hasn't quite figured out how to make it as edge to edge as Samsung's design as of late, but this will be the first Fold device, so you definitely should expect not everything to be perfect. There's the same mechanisms you can see up here and down here, but one area where the Pixel Fold actually excels is in the front display. If you can try and gauge the aspect ratio of this display, it looks very normal. Like it's not what you get from the Fold 4, from the Galaxy Fold 4, where it looks very narrow and long, which makes for a very awkward device to use when it's folded. So other manufacturers, I think like Huawei, made their screen more regular. I think 21 by 9, which is more like what you get for smartphones nowadays. So that's one thing I think is pretty neat. And but the inner display, which is the reason why it's actually called a fold, is not really impressive to me. The bezels are too big. I don't know if they did that intentionally for palm rejection, so you don't get to have accidental touches, but software has basically taken care of that already. So maybe I'm definitely certain it's because of their hinge design. That's why you have that, this big bezel you see here. It's not that big, it's just, nowadays, imagine the things we complain about. Well, so basically that's just it. For right now, what we know about the Z Fold 4 is basically not much. It's an 8-second video. There's no pricing, there's no chip specification. Of course, going to use a Google Tensor chip, which is expected. What else? No pricing, no specifications, nothing. Just an 8-second video. But for me personally, I don't really know what I feel about this folding line of smartphones. Like I like the way the technology has advanced over the years, testing phases and all, but I don't really think they're mainstream yet, because if you look the Samsung Fold series, they cost more than the Ultras, and they have typically worse specs than the Ultras, especially in terms of cameras. Like the Ultras are always better, so why not get an Ultra and get the best camera Samsung can give to you, probably the best camera in the smartphone industry, and rather than get a Fold. It's that crazy. So it just depends on you on what you want to do. But for me, I think of course I would love to get a Fold, to try out the technology and see out what it feels in here. And this is the Flip. It only has 2 lenses. The Fold has 3. I guess what you're paying for me, you're just paying a technology tax, whereby you get to try out something new and cool. I bet owning a Flip or a Fold phone is gonna be cool, definitely. But I still think there's a lot that needs to be done in terms of technology, and probably thinning out the sides, because this feels like putting 2 phones together, and it's not very comfortable to grab onto. And as you can see, the bezel of the Z Fold 4 is pretty even and slim all around, while the Google Pixel is really fat, like pretty fat. That you can see. Look at this display, and to the Fold 4. Yep, this is it. So I know Samsung has been doing this for a couple of years now, so of course they should have an edge. So well, I'm pretty excited, to be honest, to see what the Fold will have to offer, and I hope they really do well in the market. More technology means more fun stuff for us to try out and hopefully move humanity forward. So guys, not to keep you guys here any longer, so that's it guys. This is Quick Tech Take. Like, share, and subscribe. If there's anything you notice about the Fold, about the Pixel Fold that probably I missed, put it in the comment section. Like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.